How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the channel, and today we are going to do our first little premiere to everybody that watches my videos on the little mod that we've been creating. We've been a little busy in live streams creating mods. Now, if you guys have jumped into the mods on the YouTube or the stream on the YouTube channel, you guys would know all about this. You would have been through there the entire time that we was creating all this. So there's a few different objects here, and we have some of our ores. Some of these ores are found in the overworld, and some of them not so much. Some of them are found in the nether. Now, we do have another biome and a mob to look at today also, so we will look at that eventually, but right now we're going to show you the main objects that we have created. Now, for starters, we're going to tell you guys we did create this stuff inside of MCreator. Now, MCreator is an easy mod program, pretty much. Some people would say it's cheating because you don't actually have to do coding, but you can do coding. So if you're one of the haters that want to talk crap on people that use that versus learning coding right off the bat, you can go screw yourself and you can get out of my video. Because some people here do not want to get devoted into learning coding, at least not yet. So for starters, we have diamond armor, the normal stuff, and we're going to show you some of the different ores that we have here, at least right off the bat. So the first one we got would be Adium Ore. Now, I didn't really know what to call these things, so we kind of just went along with it. The original name Adium came along with this because I literally just typed the word add, and that was the name of the mod. I didn't really know what to put, and then I decided to change it later down the road once we found out that we were going to actually make this a mod that is downloadable for everybody else. So you go ahead and just break out like you normally would, but this one is affected by gravity. Now, I want to say before we continue on that this mod is slightly towards people to do survival. I guess if you're a builder in survival, it is definitely a thing. But if you look at this wall here that I am standing in front of, you'll notice that there's a lot of buildable blocks here. There is slabs, there is stairs, there are different types of fences, different types of fence gates, walls, and a whole bunch of other buildable blocks. So if you are a builder on creative, or whether it's survival or not, or whatever you want to say, you are free to use this mod in your videos or whatever you want, and this gives you different varieties of the blocks that are in the game, but with more variants to use them as building. Like this right here is obsidian based building blocks, but we'll get into that later. Once we go ahead and just break a few of these, just so we can at least get started with some better armor and possibly some better weapons. Now, personally, this is slightly better than netherite. Now, of course, this mod is only meant for 1.15.2. Probably should have said that in the beginning. It is not supported right now, as far as I know, for the latest update. And if there is any support for the latest update, I will definitely update the mod, or try to at least, and release it out as the newest update. But as of right now, this is for 1.15.2, so there's no netherite in this. But we went and checked out how much netherite does, like when it comes to damage and everything else, and how much durability. And technically, this ore right here, once you use it to make armor and weapons, it is actually better than netherite. So with Adium Ore, of course, you want to go ahead and just normal smelt. Now, I believe it takes a little bit longer than normal ores do to smelt, but that is a given because it is a really good ore. Now, as you guys can see here on the right side of my screen, I'm gonna let you guys know this now, that it is definitely a good thing to download. This mod is called Too Many Items, or TMI, or there's other variants called Not Enough Items, or whatever variant you want to help you out with this right here. Pretty much this helps you learn how to craft certain things. So if we come over here to an item that is very odd compared to what you're used to in Minecraft, you hover over that item in your recipe and you click R and it shows you the recipe. So right now this is a smelting recipe. You put raw beef inside of a furnace and you get steak. This one also shows you with the smoker, and this one also shows you with the cooking on the campfire. And that's pretty much what it does. Now, if you type U over the top of something that's actually useful for something, it will also show you that. But let's go ahead and get this smelted, and it's starting to turn nighttime. That is not good. So I guess the first thing that we're going to show you pretty much is the Adium Ingot. Now, there is a way to craft the new sword, which is not on the board. I guess I forgot to put it up here on the board, but pretty much it's in a mixture of the Adium Ingot and this item right here. And as you guys can see, I had a little bit of an issue there. I didn't have the ore up here, but sorry about that. But here is the demon ore. Now, this is how you get this item right there. So you go ahead and mine it like normal. Now, this is a little bit overpowered because if you find these and you find the adium, you can make that into a really overpowered sword. So this one takes a little bit longer to mine, and it is harder to find in the world. Now, some of these ores, I will not tell you where to find them. They could be in the nether, or they could be in the overworld, or they can be in the other dimension. But I will leave that up to you guys to find because I don't want to let you know everything about it. I want to see how well you guys are at figuring things out. So let's go ahead and throw the demon ore in there. And as you guys already seen before, we get this little item right here. So now that we got 2 of these out of the furnace, we smelted those ones as usual. You can make this little stick right here from that item, but what you need first is you need to get some wood. Now, as you guys can see right here, I'm chopping normal oak wood. And as you guys could probably see throughout the entire video, this doesn't look like a normal biome, which it's not. This is actually something I did. And yes, I'm leaving that float in there because I am not punching this entire tree with my hand. Get mad at me all you want. This is a custom biome. Pretty much by custom, I just made everything really, really tall, which I think looks pretty nice, especially when the moon is setting down behind all those trees and everything. You can see the glow throughout the trees. We're using shaders and everything. That would look beautiful. But what you want to do now is come over to your crafting bench and you want to go ahead and make these sticks. You take this right in the middle. You put these right there and you get the demon stick. Now, pretty much you take this and you make a sword. And there we go, Adium Demon Sword. Now, these names are possibly going to change. You never really know. If you guys have any better names for any of these items in this entire mod pack, whether it's the ores or the weapons or the ingots or literally anything, let me know what you guys think they should be. Now, this sword is a little bit overpowered. So it has 11 attack damage and 1.6 attack speed. So like I told you before, it is of course a lot stronger than the netherite. I believe by 2 points. Now I don't mean actual attack damage, but if you look at this on the scale, the attack points say it's like 8 or 9 or whatever, and this is up to 11. So yeah, but if you're wondering what these are just a little bit of a test. These probably won't be in the final render or the export of the mod. These are a chair thing that we were trying to do, and of course they give you a chair and well, you can place it down, but as you can see, it doesn't work like it's supposed to. You can sit in it though, but it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Now, just to show you how strong this sword is, we're going to do some creative because I don't really want to die, but we're going to create an iron golem, and we're going to show you how much it takes for a diamond sword to attack this guy, because this is only 7, and this, of course, is 11. So let's go ahead and boom. Now, this is with an iron sword or a diamond sword. So you guys can see he's starting to finally break. If you do crits every time, or at least attempt to, he dies in a few. We'll keep going, and there it is. I didn't really count that, so that's up to you guys or me in editing. It depends. But yeah, let's go ahead and build another one now. And this time, let's do it with this guy right here, the Adium Demon Sword. So let's go ahead and put that there, and then bam, bam, bam. I think it's fair to say that that was definitely a lot less hits. Probably not as much as you guys were expecting, but it was definitely more hits. Or less hits, actually, not more. And now let's continue on with what we have. So we have ruby ore, I guess we're gonna say. You pretty much break these and you get rubies. Now, of course, like I was telling you a little bit ago, if you want to know how to use this too many items mod and everything, which I have here, hover over this, and I told you it was I to see what things are meant for, but actually if you press U, it'll show you different things you can build. Of course, with this one, there's only 2. There is the ruby block, and there is the ruby staff. Good at taking down mobs and players quick. So yeah, let's go ahead and mine the rest of these real quick. So we need some ammo too, because this weapon actually fires rubies as the weapons, or as the ammo. So it's a little expensive, but that's the reason why I did that, is because this staff is actually very overpowered. Let's go ahead and come back over here, and let's go ahead and build this staff just like so. And there we go. Now we have 29 left. And we'll go ahead and get this out, and now that we're in survival and it's turning nighttime, so that's the perfect timing for things, we will go ahead and use against mobs. Now, you cannot get back the rubies once you shoot it. Once you shoot it, it is done. You can charge it up because it's literally based off of a bow and arrow. You can charge it up, which will make it better. But this thing can pretty much one-shot most mobs, sometimes two-shot them, depending on which ones they are. So now let's go ahead and wait for these dang mobs to spawn. There is a village over there, I just realized. Oh, I hear a zombie. Oh, that's actually one of the villager dudes that we created. That is one of the mobs. So there we go. And you see that we two-shot them. I will show them off later, but now we got them after us, and they do not do that much damage, but still. And they drop emeralds, because if you're in the base game and you still have like a wooden or an iron sword, it'll take a minute to kill them, but this thing's a little bit overpowered. So it only has 100 uses, and it shoots your rubies that you have, which means you can't use it very often unless you have a crap load of these and a whole bunch of these. But as you can see, it's very overpowered, so I feel that that is very, very balanced. Up next, we are going to show you the Enchantium Ore. Now, this was not my idea. Like I told you, I did live streams, so I did a lot of asking questions. I asked people what they wanted to see. This one was actually Nico's idea. This was Nico's idea for this ore. This is what he wanted. It is called Enchantium Ore. Now, what you use this for, it is not what it sounds like. It sounds like you use it to enchant stuff, which I mean technically you do, but you technically actually don't with the individual item. So there is officially no way to craft this individual item in normal Minecraft. So that's the reason why we actually put this in here. We're going to get a few more and talk about this real quick while we're waiting for some of that to smelt down. We at least need 3 pieces, but you know, XP is extremely hard to get at times, especially if you're in a beginner game. So if you go down in the pretty much caves mining, you're trying to find different items, and of course you finally get to the nether. Of course, if you're in the nether, you should already have a farm for this, but in case you don't, this is exactly for you. This is literally a way to craft XP bottles. Now, I know it sounds expensive, or I know it sounds overdone, it sounds way too powerful, and I mean it kind of is, depending on what kind of farm you got going on and everything. But I think for the beginner game, if you don't have a farm by the time you get to the nether, I mean, for one, that's on you. But for two, this is another way to do it. So pretty much you want to get yourself some bottles of water. That's it, nothing else. Make sure it's a bottle of water. You take your Enchantium Ore and mix it with the water bottle, and it gives you 4. There we go. So you just keep on grabbing these. So now you no longer have to trade with villagers to get this exact thing. But then you just take them, and there you go. You get it. Now, of course, we may lower how much you get out of each drop or whatever, like how many bottles of enchanting you get out of crafting that and everything. But for now, it's staying. So the next thing I'm going to show you is actually a multi-parter. So what we got here, actually I need to put that back on there. I was setting something up. There we go. Let's go ahead and put that there. The next thing is a 2-parter. So there's 2 parts to this one individual part. As of right now, this item doesn't actually have a use, but of course we'll eventually get there. We have 2 different ores. Now, if you know anything about pretty much real life stuff, this was taught to me by somebody in my stream. I was originally gonna make this ore, which is right here, which is bronze. I was gonna make a bronze ingot or bronze ore and everything, and then someone told me in my stream, hey, that is not normal. You can't just find that in the real world. You need 2 different items. You need tin ore and copper ore. Now, of course, in the newest update, copper ore is actually in the game, but of course it has a good amount of uses, but it doesn't add like this. It doesn't add this, what I have here. So we have copper and we have tin ore. Now this can be found in the regular world. So you go ahead and smelt that down and you smelt that down. And of course, after you get them, you can probably guess what happens. I could probably make a different crafting bench for this, but you go ahead and mix the 2 and you get 2 bronze ingots. Now I need your guys' help for a second. I do not actually have a reason for bronze. I do not know what to use it for. Now there's only certain things that I could create in that creator mod making thing. There's only certain things I can do. I can't do much with redstone. Actually, I don't think I can do anything with redstone. So keep it at a minimal, but tell me what you guys think I should make with bronze. What kind of weapons, what kind of armor, what kind of pretty much is whatever you can think of. But there we have bronze. The next thing we have here is silver. Now this is going to be kind of a fun one because it adds a little bit more to the game. So if we bring this silver ore over here, you can probably guess what happens. You smelt it down and you get silver. Now, I'm not for sure what silver actually looks like in real life, so this just looks like an ingot. So that's what it's going to look like. If you guys want to go ahead and give me reference photos of what things look like and give me a whole bunch of more ideas for this mod pack, please leave it down below so I know what else to add to it. But if we take the silver, we can pretty much go over here and you probably guessed it. We can create armor. Now, is it as good as anything else? No, it only has plus 15 armor, which is still pretty decent. On top of that, we pretty much have a bunch of uses for it. If we click U on this, we have all the armor. Well, majority, where is it at? Where's the rest of the armor? Okay, it's in different pages for some reason. But we have armor, we have the block of silver, we have a weapon, which is more than, actually it might be equal as a diamond, I'm not for sure. Then we have different pickaxes, shovels, and hoes, and then there's more armor. And then we have the rest of it over here. There's a silver axe there. Pretty much you can go through and see which one's better, which one you like, and you can use it pretty much. Now, one thing I waited to show you guys what else this Adium Ingot can do. So if you take the Adium Ingots and you want to go ahead and create the armor. Now the armor is a little bit powerful, I will say so myself. It's not too bad, but it's definitely definitely powerful. The only one here that is actually the same as diamond would be the chest plate. It has 8 of the armor. Now the toughness part I don't really remember, but the +8 on the armor is actually exactly the same as diamond. The rest of these are at least 1 to 2 numbers higher than diamond. So it would be kind of like having netherite, just not called netherite. And if you guys think we need to up it a little bit higher so it's actually stronger than netherite, let me know down below what I should bump it up to and make it reasonable, and I probably will do that. Alrighty, so this is of course with diamond on. Let's go ahead and just take all this off and throw it back on. Of course, there's no visual difference with the armor bar, but we can take a little bit more of a hit. Now, of course, they tell you not to dig down, but I'm going to do that anyway because there is some mobs down here. So go ahead and try to fight them, guys. Or at least these guys right here. There's a few of them. I fell from really high up. Holy crap. Okay. Did not expect myself to fall that high. Holy crap, I'm about dead. That was one of the worst ways to ever prove how tough my armor is, by just dropping into a hole, losing over half my health, and then having to fight a mob. That was the worst way to show it. So normally, as far as I can remember, these guys can do about 2 hearts of damage to me. So let's go see what they do here. A heart. Okay, so it cuts like damage from these dudes in like half. So that's a plus. These guys are a little bit stronger than I know than most mobs. It's not stronger than the skeleton hit because they take like 3 to 4 hearts of damage. So those guys do normally just straight to the body 2 hearts of damage. But with this armor on, they only do 1. It is a little bit better than diamond, and technically in this version of Minecraft, it is the best armor. But I wouldn't quite say it's better than netherite, but if you guys think we should definitely make it better than netherite, let me know down below. So now we are getting into some of the buildable blocks here. So let's go ahead and throw a lot of this stuff up there, except for that and that. So next up we have the Adium Wall. Now this is created like you would normally think, except for it's not with an Adium Ingot. We need to go ahead and actually craft us up a block. Now this of course will come in handy for more than just one thing. So let's go ahead and craft up a few. So we take one of these, and we just do normal, and then boom, there we go. So it is kind of strong, I guess you can say. It is. I don't know how strong it is compared to other items. I haven't really tested that, but we go ahead and place it down, and this right here is exactly what it looks like. And no, you cannot jump over it, and yes, you can use it to withhold animals and everything else. And yeah, it looks pretty decent, I think, for what it actually is. Next up, we have the block, which you guys have already seen. It's the Adium Block. It is literally just the block variant of all 9 pieces of Adium put into a crafting recipe and literally made into a block. Now, my next favorite one is right here. So, the next favorite is Adium Reinforced Glass Pane. Now, I tried making glass, but I couldn't figure out why it would let me make a glass block. So, it only made me let me make Adium Reinforced Glass Panes. Now this one's done a little bit different. There is no gravel version that you can just find of Adium. Now what I'm about to show you right now is actually subject to possibly change depending on what you guys have to say about it. So you come in here and you use sticks, and then you want to grab some stone. Do this and boom, you get something called a hammer. Now no, it looks like an axe because it literally pretty much is an axe, but we go ahead and take the axe out, and if we take a Adium block, add it into there, and then add the axe into there, you pretty much crush it down by hammering it so much that it breaks the axe. Yes, it's 1 axe per usage per block of Adium also, but you get 9 of these out of there. So pretty much trading 9 ingots into 1 block, and you're taking that block, crushing it down to get 9 Adium dust. So it's pretty much 9 Adium ingots for 9 dust. So we go ahead and take that, and that's how we do it. Pretty much we take this, we put this into the furnace, and what else do you expect to get out of it? Yes, that's right, we're getting glass out of it. And bam, right there. So this is what the glass looks like, and yes, it is transparent. Yes, it does work. You guys can see in the bottom right, it does look transparent. And we're going ahead and just lay this down on somewhere. So let's go ahead and place this like boom, 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 boom. And there we go. As you can see, I don't like the lines between the panes, but maybe that's always been there. I'm not really for sure. Maybe it's actually been there in all the panes. You just kind of usually don't notice them because of the color. I'm not really for sure, but that is what they look like. You can actually see through them, and you can create them. Next we have is, of course, the slab and the stairs. Now, The one thing I do not like about Minecraft, well, I know I do like it, I just don't usually do it this way. You can craft these things with an Adium Block though. This is a little bit different. You would expect to use the ingots. Well, guess what? We're using the blocks. So we have the Adium slab, you get 2. You have the Adium staircase, or the stairs, and you get 1. It doesn't really matter. There's supposed to be 1 for 1, but guess what? I actually made this one 2. But that is completely fine. So this is what they look like. Let's go ahead and get them down into our inventory. And bam. You can place it down like normal. It has pretty much the same texture as the rest of them. The slab can go on the top, or the bottom, or the top. It doesn't really matter. The top of the block or the bottom of the block. And the stairs are rotatable. Now, of course, since the block itself takes a while to break, so does the items. You can flip it upside down too, just like so. It works and everything just like a normal stairs or slabs. Now, of course, we already showed you the gravel, which is right there, and this right here is the ingots we was already showing you, and this right here is the tri-dimension portal igniter. Now, the name will change on this because I didn't mean to name it the tri-dimension. I was just trying to make a dimension to see if it would work, and it did, so therefore it was called the tri-dimension at the beginning. So the weirdest thing is this is just a dimension that's made of a whole bunch of stone and everything else. But what you want to do to make the actual igniter, it sounds so stupid, and it really is. It was all just meant for a joke, but the joke is staying in the mod pack. Take a stick, and you take a piece of dirt, and there you go. You get the dimension igniter. It is so stupid, but it is so funny, and we decided to keep it in the mod. So enjoy the easiest crafting recipe probably ever in Minecraft, or modded Minecraft. And this, of course, is how you do the portal. Now, it looks really weird, and yes, it may be easy to make the igniter, but as far as I know, there's no way to craft it in stone, and that means you have to go to the end and fight the dragon just to be able to get this item. And of course, it's just like the regular nether portal. Now you just take it and bam. Now this looks stupid too. I know you guys are gonna be laughing at me and everything else like that. I don't care. This was just a mess up too. This was literally me just trying. I was messing around with it. This is not gonna be the final way it looks. So if it looks different whenever you play this, or if you do play this and it looks a little bit different, well, you know what? It's because it got changed. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And this is what it looks like. So it's literally cobblestone, stone, and pretty much a lot of the building blocks that you see on the normal world. And this is, well, what it looks like. Now, there is mobs that spawn here. Literally mobs everywhere right now. Oh, my lord. So we got them coming everywhere. Go ahead, blow up. That did not hurt me as much as I was expecting to with the explosion, but I forgot I got this armor on, so it's definitely better. And apparently, zombie villagers can spawn in here, so there's you an easier way to get some villages if you can't find a village, or villagers if you can't find a village. Did I just one-shot that zombie? Yeah, so apparently I can one-shot mobs with this sword. If I do a critical hit on any mob other than like a freaking iron golem, well, that wasn't a critical, but you know what I mean. If I do a crit, it actually can possibly kill them in one hit. Let's see if we can do it to a creeper. No, I cannot. But that is not... I wonder if I could survive a freaking creeper explosion by just letting it blow up on me. Let's go attempt that right now. Let's let it blow up on me and see if we can survive. We can. It only takes 3 hearts of damage. Okay, so I told you this stuff was really, really powerful and everything, but I didn't realize how powerful it was. Now, of course, you can still die while wearing it, so don't be helpless and don't be careless. But I did not realize it was that bad. Now, back to the dimension. Of course, it infinitely goes full of blocks and items. So if you're a builder and you don't want to destroy your land after you fight the nether and everything to make everything look really pretty, this is your best friend. But I will tell you, there's a secret about the water. If you want to die, if you're in survival, go into the water. That's all I'm going to say, and we're going to leave this dimension. Now, of course, there is some other items in here, like all these up here. They are literally called gray wood, I believe. Yeah, gray oak stairs. It's literally made from gray wood. Now, I haven't really done much with that. That was kind of just a little messing around. We clicked the button, and it auto-generated a whole bunch of crap, which I'm not planning on actually keeping in my mod pack. So if you guys want to play with gray wood and have a gray style of wood, let me know. But I doubt you guys want to. And then on top of that, back to the demon ore, which this is demon crystal, but they actually have buildable versions of everything. So if we come over here, they also have the stairs, which is the ugliest hell, by the way, before you guys judge. This was purposely left in the game because of how ugly it is. So we put that down. That is, of course, the wall, but it's right there like that, so it doesn't look like it. Go ahead and put this here and it connects up. That is the block, and of course this is the stairs. Now I'm pretty sure people can probably find a reason to use this. I don't know what it would be, but you know what, if you want to use it in your build, have at it. It's all up to you. But that is the demon ore variant of these items, and of course they were used inside of the stone cutter to be actually made. So you don't craft them like you think you would. You drop them up into here with the block, and of course you get the slab and you get the stairs. Also, by the way, there is a ruby block. We were going to show it off a little bit ago, but I think I forgot. So yeah, here's the ruby block. It is literally a retextured emerald block. So yeah, don't judge me too hard. It's kind of a retextured one. There's a different texture below it, but the triangle, or the little diamond in the middle, was from the emerald. The rest of it was not. So you can judge me, you can get mad, I don't care. But I was going to show you guys this later, but you guys have already seen it. So let's go ahead and plop this baby down. All right, there is the villager friend. Now, I'm going to take the name tag off eventually, but we want it to look like pretty much a villager, a different type of villager. So if you guys see this guy walking around, he's not going to make the zombie sound. He's going to eventually make the villager sound, and he's going to look like a villager. So therefore, when you go into a village, what do you expect? You think a villager is coming to meet you, but he's not going to be a villager. He's going to start attacking you just like this. But why'd you stop? Hey, you good? There we go. I thought so. Man, he can hit fast. I did not expect that one. If you're caught off guard one wrong moment, you are dead. Now, last but definitely not least, especially for in the future, we have the item that I'm mainly excited about, because I think that this should have been in Minecraft a long time ago. We have Obsidian Items. Now, to me, I think that this should have been put in there a long time ago, because literally they have a lot of different variants of different blocks. But why not Obsidian? Obsidian has been in the game for how long now, and somehow we still don't have the other building block variants of it. I think it's kind of stupid, but that's just me. So as usual, we have the stair version, which of course, you know, looks normal. And the cool thing about this is it does take as long to break as it does obsidian, and it is resistant to explosion, just like obsidian. So you can see we're sitting here mining and mining and mining, and it takes as long as normal obsidian does. And just like bam, there we go, and it just broke. So yeah, that is that. And every item here is exactly the same. We can see that we have the slab here. It looks just like a normal slab, but it looks like an obsidian slab. It acts just like obsidian too. It takes a while to break, and it is resistant to explosions. Then we have another cool thing here. This is going to be the fence. Now, if we go ahead and just use a little bit more right here so you guys can actually see it, it literally is just a fence that looks like it has been retextured as obsidian, which, I mean, I guess you're kind of right, but it's not just a fence that was retextured. It is literally a completely new item that is crafted completely different, but sort of the same. And of course, it takes the same properties as obsidian. So I could sit here and mine and mine and mine, and it would take forever, just like obsidian, and it is blast resistant. So now that we broke the actual fence piece down, we can put in the fence gate. And yes, it does open, and yes, you can walk through it, and it does not let you walk through it if it's closed. It all acts just like normal, and it acts like obsidian though. So that's another cool variant. And we have obsidian sticks. Now you guys can probably guess what the obsidian sticks is for. If you come over here to the crafting bench, you would probably guess how this is made. You put 2 obsidian there, and you get obsidian sticks. Now if we click U, we can see what we can make here. So it's literally the crafting recipe for a fence, but with obsidian sticks and obsidian. And then of course the same thing for obsidian fence gates. You have obsidian in the middle, and then you have obsidian sticks on the side. Now of course that's literally all they're used for. So if you go ahead and just craft them like this, and then do it one more time over here, we do not have enough. Do it one more time, do usages, come over to here, and then boom, we have another fence gate. So I think that this is probably a really good item. They should eventually add into Minecraft. I want to know what you guys think about this. If they should actually add this into Minecraft itself, or should they just leave obsidian the way it actually is? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this item. So yeah, that is all we have for this entire mod pack. There is a chair up there. That is all we have for this mod. I was gonna call it a mod pack, but there's not technically more than one mod actually put in here in general. It's all a whole bunch of different mods created into one little thing. So I guess it's technically just a mod, not a mod pack. If there is anything else that you guys want to see put inside of these mod packs or this mod in general, and there's anything you think I should add to this, any other dimensions, blocks, ores, buildable things, or different weapons, let me know what you guys want down below. Let me know the dimensions of it. Let me know how hard or how strong and everything else that you want to make all these other items. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys want to download the beta version right now, you guys can. The link will be down in the description below. It is the beta, so later on, things are subject to change. So if somebody has a version of it later on down the road and it's a different one than you do, you may have more than they do, or they may have more items than you do. It's because they have the more later version. So make sure you check up on it every now and again, because I will be updating the link in this video every time we add something new. And if we do another video on it, there will be an updated link inside of those videos also. And if you guys want to see me create these mods live, I do create these mods live here on this YouTube channel. Every time we go live, usually it's this type of thing right here. We create mods, we get your guys' ideas from the live stream, and pretty much you guys have control over what is inside of this mod pack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to please give it a big old thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream or YouTube video, and I'll see ya.